Hi, welcome to Leanne's Corner, and this is the episode 3, like season 3, we're talking about our career talks, like work uncovered to explore some inspiring story or your motivation to start your singing career. And this is so impressive. So today we have a special guest. I mean, Vietnamese guest, the first Vietnamese guest on our podcast today. So, Lexi Nguyen, and could you please introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Lexi Nguyen. I'm Vietnamese, as she just said, and I currently live in Seattle, Washington. I'm a singer-songwriter that does pop, R&B, and 80s pop and rock.
For now, we are moving on to part 1, like the warm-up questions. So, I am really curious about your motivation to start your singing career. So, when did
Mm.
you first realize that singing was more than just a hobby for you?
I've loved singing since I was 5 years old, and then I was very shy as a kid, but music was that way for me to express myself. And then it wasn't until I was 14 years old I did my very first solo performance in front of, I think, 1,000 of my classmates and teachers at my middle school's talent show. I sang Hopelessly Devoted to You by Olivia Newton-John. That song is from the movie Grease. And I actually got my first standing ovation. And I practiced that song for a month. And I did it every day. I remember I took off my backpack and I did my vocal warm-ups. I was like, wow, the funny noises that we had make as a singer to make our voices sound better. Did that, and then when I did that performance, it was so rewarding, and that made me realize, wow, I think I want to do this for the rest of my life. So, yeah,
The singing passion when you was a little kid. That's really amazing.
yes.
Yeah, so who or what inspired you in the most in your early day as a performer?
Ooh, who's inspired me the most? I would have to say Mariah Carey because I've loved her since I was little, like 5 years old, and the way that she belts out a lot of her notes, the way that she performs, the way that she connects with her fans on stage. I'm really inspired by that. She actually moves her hand like this when she belts like really high notes. So I actually kind of do the same thing. And I noticed when I move and I express myself more with my body, I tend to sing better because the times where I was so nervous and stiff, it's like, oh, that's when my voice started to become, not as free flowing out of my mouth. So I learned from Mariah Carey how to move more on stage and also her songwriting abilities too. It inspired the way that I write my songs and contribute that creative aspect in my original music. Oh, Annie, I think you're mute. Yeah. That's
Forgot,
okay. It
yeah,
happens.
I forgot. So I was just I was curious about like your song. I mean, you just write your own song by yourself, or you just get the writer for it, and
Mm.
then you perform it on the stage. So how is your process of writing a song?
Yeah, honestly, I would say 80% of the songs I have out of mine, I write alone. So I play a little bit of the piano. So I write out some piano melodies that I like, and then over that melody, I'm like, okay, well, if these chords give a happy feel, I'll write a song about happiness, right? I feel like melody for us humans, we can kind of figure out from there, oh, okay, it gives me a type of emotion or feeling. I'll write about that. I'll hum like, for example, my song Floating in Air. And I'm like, wait, okay. No worries, no lies. It's like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So I do melody, and then I fill it in words, and then I work with my producer, and I go into their studio, or I work with them through Zoom, and then I'm technically a co-producer, where I'm also a Virgo. If you guys know astrology, I'm very detailed as a person, so I'm like, this beat needs to be right, this note needs to be right, and then after the song is done, I get to perform it. So, yeah.
That's really amazing. Like you can think of your own melodies and then you just discuss with the writer to create a perfect sound. Yeah. So we are moving on to part two, the study journey, like learning behind the spotlight. So the first question for you is like, what are some of the most valuable lessons that you have ever learned during your study journey?
Yeah, I would have to say one of the first lessons I've learned is just don't get caught up in the outcome or the future of anything that I'm doing, really. Like, for example, if I have a singing performance coming up in 2 weeks, I don't want to think about or stress about I need to be perfect at it. Like, because any performances I've done in the past, there's always things that come up, right? Like, if my voice cracks or I have my own band supporting me. So if somebody plays the wrong note, it's like I can't, right? Like I can't really control that. So I learned in a performance aspect to never control the outcome. You just go with the flow and have fun with what you're doing, be passionate about what you're doing. And the second thing that I learned is definitely writing. I need to write a song almost every day, even if it's bad, because I have written some bad songs, but those bad songs, it always teaches myself to be better at songwriting and to learn from my mistakes and then to write better ones. Like, for example, right now I'm working on my EP and it has 5 songs, and two of the songs off of that EP, those came to be because I wrote two horrible songs beforehand, and the third one became really good because I learned from those previous 2 songs. So, yeah, I would say be gentle with yourself, with your passion, especially if for those that are watching your podcast, if they're passionate about singing. So,
Do you think education play an important role in the building career like singer?
yeah, absolutely. I think even the greatest pop stars in the world, like we talked about Min earlier, I bet she's still learning too. Like she's still learning from other people. It can be anything. You can enroll into a singing course, you can get a vocal coach, you can graduate and get a degree in songwriting. And for me, I'm still learning too, because if you call yourself a learner for the rest of your life, you're going to be more of a teacher to other people because you've accumulated so much knowledge in music and singing and performing. And um, yeah, I feel like learning is just like it's a cool thing to have and to always do.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So for now, we are moving on to part three, chasing dreams. So, was there a moment that you felt like you want to give up? And how do you overcome your ups and downs in life? I mean, some difficulties in your singing career.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember I did a performance at my college open mic night, and this was the first time I sang while playing the piano. And I actually messed up on the piano. I was like, oh no, I played the wrong notes. And at that point, I was like, yeah, Lexi, maybe you'll quit singing. Maybe this is not for you. But I let myself feel those negative emotions just to let it out. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up on this. And it was just a learning moment for me to be like, hey, it's okay that I made some mistakes. And I even asked my friends in the audience, did you notice? And they said no. So it just shows, it just proves to myself how much I was in my own head and how hard I was on myself. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, so it seems like you
Did
are.
did that answer your, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Sorry, did
yes.
that answer your,
It's
oh,
yes, sure, sure. It seems like you are always motivated and pessimistic at all the times for your singing career. Yeah, that's really wonderful. So Lily, is your question.
yeah.
So how do you stay motivated and continue to improve yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, I just have this, I don't know, I've had this positive inner knowing since I was 5. I was like, I've always known that I was always destined for something bigger and greater. Um, and I kind of tap back into little Lexi, and I always tell her, I was like, hey, like I'm doing this for you. And if I ever were to give up on that dream, it's like I'm disappointing her, and I never want to disappoint, younger me. And so that's what keeps me motivated, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So another question is like, what's the biggest turning point in your career so far that you have recently met?
Hmm. Yeah, actually, I opened up for Macy Gray. So, for context, for those who don't know who she is, she won a couple of Grammys back in the day, and Grammy Awards are considered like a biggest award that you can ever get in America in the music industry. And my band and I, we drove all the way down to Spokane, and we performed a 30-minute set of my original songs mixed with covers, and I even got to meet her and take a picture with her, and felt like the universe was sending me a sign for from that opportunity just to keep going. So,
Now we are moving on to the final part, building the future and give a message for young dreamers. So how do you define success now compared to you when you first started?
that's actually a really good question. How I define success now is balance, finding balance in my life. So that's being happy with who I am, being content, being confident in myself, taking care of myself, loving myself, right? That's Lexi as a human, but at the same time, never giving up on my passion and my dream because once again, I'm doing it for little Lexi, little her. And I used to define success as, oh, I need to make so much money. I need to have so many Spotify streams. I need to have a million views, right, on my music. But if I start to focus on those external validation things, then it's going to make me unhappy. So I feel like now at 25, I'm like, I'm just happy to sing for people and to share my art and hopefully have them relate to my music.
Yeah, that's an interesting part of what advice would you give to students who are still find out their part?
Ah, for singing. Okay, yeah, great question. I would say A, if you want to be better at anything, like for example, if you want to get better at singing, find the best local vocal coach that works with your budget. If you want to get into songwriting, write with other people. There's in Seattle specifically, there's tons of music events that people can go to connect with other musicians and learn from each other. I feel like that's the best way to accelerate your music career. And then third, connect with producers. Fourth, I would say get a manager or somebody to oversee your social media because to be fully transparent, my dad is also helping me out with my music career. He's also my manager, so I can't do all of it by myself. So, um, yeah, that would be my advice.
Yeah, sir. And if you could give one message to young people chasing their dreams, what would it be?
Ooh, I would say to always listen to your heart and let that guide you to what you want to do. Because if you let that outside noise get to you, if somebody says you, oh, I don't like your singing, because I've heard that before, or if somebody says, I don't like the way that you look on stage, or they just give negative comments, know that that does not define you. The only person that can define you and your path to success is you. So it's your passion because you are the one that has it. Nobody else created that for you. So you can carve out your own path by believing in yourself in that way. And it's because at the end of the day, you are your own best friend first. You got to take care of yourself first. And that's how you make your dreams happen because you are the ones that have to make those moves towards success. Nobody else can't do that for you.
Yeah, thank you for your useful advice. And yeah, like this is the end of our talk show today.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's
I want to add something.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just picture, and um yeah, I see your voice so like amazing, like angel voice. So can you sing a short part in your music? Yeah, for
Oh,
the list
wow.
today. Just
This
short
is
part. Yeah, yeah. Gift, yes, special gift for our listener.
Wow, okay. Let's see what song. Um, hmm, song did I? I'll do a bit of my song Fever. That's considered my most popular song. Let's see. Uh, I got a fever, cold sweat drips on the ground. I need to see you, but you're not ever around. I'm sick of waiting, 'cause it's getting harder now. I got a fever, cold sweat drips on the ground. I need to see you, but you're not ever around. I'm sick of waiting, 'cause it's getting harder now. You know how to cure me. Burn it for your love, burn it for your love. You know how to heal me. Burn it for your love. You come and be my remedy, 'cause I need ya. Gotta feel the beat inside of me. Need to feel ya. Won't you come and be my remedy? 'Cause I need ya, 'cause I need ya. Burning for your love, burning for your love, burning for your love. That's a little bit of my song.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's interesting. And
Thank you.
so, yeah, so have you recently released a new song?
Yeah, I actually released my new song called Right There. I did it with a DJ and producer named DJ Ruthful. So it's out everywhere, Spotify, YouTube, anybody could find it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So
yeah.
you can give the the message to our listener to listen to your song.
Oh, yeah. Hi everybody, my name is Lexi
Yeah.
Nguyen. I just talked about my song Right There. It's featuring DJ Ruthful. It's a 90s R&B song that he produced, just wrote and I sang on it. And it is available everywhere, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, everywhere. And you can find it on my website at www.lexinguyen.com. LEXINGUYEN, and that's where you can find my Instagram, my YouTube channel, and my TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so guys, we'll listen to your song. Yeah, and this is the end of the talk show today, and I'm so grateful for you having time to share your story, your talk. Yeah, that's really amazing, and I'm so grateful for your support today.
Yeah, thank you so much to Annie, Lily, for you guys having me today. I really appreciate it. You guys have good energy, and this is my first like Vietnamese podcast. Can I say
Yeah,
that?
and this
Representation?
is also
Yeah,
the first Vietnamese guest on our podcast
yeah.
today. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
Okay, yeah.